Today we'll start our next topic, that is network interconnecting devices. Whenever we want to create a network, we need the network interconnecting devices. For example, we have various LAN cables, wires, media, and we want to connect all these. So we need the network devices. So our first network device is LAN cards. You can find the LAN card in your computer. There is an Ethernet port. Ethernet port is provided by the LAN card. That is also called the network interface card, that is NIC. Network interface card is used for the communication. So we have three types of network interface card. The first one is ARPANET. ARPANET is very slow and outdated. That is not present in the market now. Second type of network interface card is Ethernet. Ethernet is very popular network interface card, and presently most of the people are using Ethernet. The third type of network interface card is token ring. Token ring is the high-speed network, and that is not present in the market now. Now we'll discuss the popular one, that is Ethernet card. Ethernet card contains 48-bit of MAC address. This MAC address of 48-bit can be divided into two parts, that is one is 24-bit and second one is also 24-bit. The first 24-bit is provided by the IEEE. IEEE is the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and the next 24-bit is provided by the vendor. We use the RJ45 connector for the Ethernet ports. So next type of network interconnecting device is hub. Hub was the most popular device for network interconnection, but that is not present in market now. The reason is it contains the physical connection. Well, we divide the hub into two parts. The first one is the passive hub and second one is the active hub. So in the passive hub we have four ports. Four ports, that means we can connect four computers to a hub at the same time. Whereas the active hub contains 8 ports, meaning in same. That means 8 computers can be connected to a hub. We can just make the LAN with the help of this hub. Hub is a LAN device. Then there is no repeater used in passive hub, whereas the repeater can be used in the active hub. What is the purpose of repeater? Repeater is basically used to regenerate the signals. Say example, we have the location 10 miles away and we are sending some data. The data signals may be lost to the second place, and repeater will regenerate those signals and we can just grab the same data to another location. Then we have no active components are present in the passive hub. Active components just like microprocessor, ICs, circuits, these are present in the active hub but not present in the passive hub. Both of the passive and active hub use the single broadcast in the single collision domain. What is a single broadcast domain? For example, we have multiple computers in a network and we want to send the data to all of the computers. That is called the single broadcast domain. We assign a particular IP for that. And what is single collision domain? For example, all the computers in that network wants to send the data at the same time. That may be the collision. That collision is called the single collision domain. Next one, in the passive hub, there is no coupling possible, whereas the coupling is present in the active hub. Coupling, that means we can connect multiple hubs to increase our ports. For example, we have only 8 ports and we want to extend the ports to 16. In that case, we can couple or combine 2 hubs at the same time. That is present in the active hub but not present in passive hub. So let's take the example with the help of diagram. For example, we have 2 hubs named as hub 1 and hub 2. Both the hub contain 8 ports because they are the active hub. Now if we want to couple both of the hubs, that is possible in the active hub, we will combine both the hubs. This combination of hub is called as the coupling. Now we have 8 plus 8, that is 16 ports. 16 ports, that means we can connect the 16 computers in a network. So we can increase the number of ports with the coupling of hub. Well, because of this disadvantages, the passive hub is not in market now. So that's why the passive hub are not present in market now. We have the replacement of passive hub, that is active hub. But there is again a problem in active hub, that is the physical connection. So to understand the physical connection problem in the active hub, we will take a hub with 8 ports. We will provide the name to all the ports, that is P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8. P stands for port here. So physical connection. Now we can connect 8 computers to all these ports via the Ethernet cable. So take the example of 8 computers, they are connected. We will provide the name to all the computers, that is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8. These all computers are connected with the ports with Ethernet cable correspondingly. Now all the computers and ports are connected with each other. But what is the meaning of physical connection? Physical connection, that means all ports are connected with each other with the same wire. Now for example, computer C1 wants to communicate with C5. In that case, it will go via the port 1 to port 5, then C5. At the same time, for example, C8 wants to communicate with C2. That will go the path via P8 to P2, then C2. But with the same wire, that is not possible. So this is the problem of physical connection, because we are using the single wire, and in the single wire, only one computer can send the data at a single time. The multiple computers can't send. So even after coupling, the problem will remain same. The problem is called as the single collision domain problem. So the active hub is the replacement of passive hub, and because of the single collision domain problem, active hub are not used in the market. And what is the replacement of active hub? That is the switch. Next topic we are going to discuss, that is switch. Switch is again a LAN device. It can connect the multiple computers in a LAN, and it is obviously the replacement of active hubs. Now switch can be divided into 3 parts. The first type of switch is layer 2 switch. We also call it as the L2 switch. The second type is layer 3 switch, and third type is layer 4. Layer 2 switch can be divided into 2 parts. The first one is non-manageable and the second one is manageable. Non-manageable switch have the specific features. It is the plug and play device. Plug and play means you don't need to configure the device. It can be easily installed. You can just purchase from the market and install at your home or your place. There is no VLAN present in non-manageable switch. VLAN, that means the virtual LAN. Virtual LAN is not present in the non-manageable hub. The next one is no operating system present in non-manageable switches. And the last one, there is no physical connection. We only use the virtual connection. To understand the virtual connection, let us take the example of a non-manageable switch. Now this non-manageable switch have 6 ports. We provide the name as P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 and P6. Now there is no physical connection present as it was present in the passive hub. We only connect the computer with all the ports. Let us take the example of 6 computers. We provide the name as C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6. They are connected with the ports correspondingly. Now, say example, C1 wants to communicate with C5, then it can directly use the port P1, then P5 to the C5. And we provide the logical connection from P1 to P5. That is not actually the physical connection, it is only logical connection. Now say example, C6 wants to communicate with C3, then we will use the port P6 and the P3. And P6 will connect it to P3 with the logical connection. These connections may be removed after the transmission have completed. So that is all about the virtual connection. So we remove the problem of single collision domain in non-manageable. But now we have the problem with the non-manageable switch, that is the single broadcast domain. We have the 2 problems in the hub, that is single collision domain and the single broadcast domain. The one problem of single collision domain was solved by non-manageable switch. but the single broadcast domain problem is currently present in non-manageable switch. Now to solve the single broadcast domain problem, we have the next type of hub that is again present in the layer 2 switch called as the manageable switch. Now manageable switch is again a part of layer 2 switch. It is configurable. Configurable means we can configure the switch. That is not the plug and play switch. We can configure as per own choice. For example, we can configure the port 1, port 2, or maybe map them, or maybe we can connect the multiple switches. So whenever we can configure the switch, this is called the VLAN. So virtual LANs are present in the manageable switch. Now the next question is, what is virtual LAN? For example, we have 6 ports in the switch as shown in the figure. So we can configure the ports. For example, P1, P2 and P3 in a single LAN, and P4, P5 and P6 in another LAN. So we have the VLAN feature in the manageable switch, that is the part of layer 2 switch. To understand the VLAN, let us take the example of switch. In the switch we have the 6 ports as shown in the figure, and we have the 6 computers. They are connected with the ports. Let us take the example to understand. Just like we have the 2 departments and we have 6 people, 6 employees are there in a department, and in 2 departments we name as the HR and the marketing department. So next we have the VLAN concept, that is the part of manageable switch. VLAN is actually the virtual LAN. The LAN is the interconnection of computers. Virtual LAN, that means the LAN inside a LAN. To understand the VLAN, we have the example shown in the figure. That is, we have the 6 ports connected with the 6 computers. Take another example of department. For example, we have 6 employees in our university, and those 6 employees are of different departments. For example, first 3 are of HR and next 3 are of marketing. So just compare the example with the computers. We have the 3 computers, they are of HR department, and next we have again the 3 computers again of marketing department. So these 2 different departments are inside a university. So that means the minor LAN or the virtual LANs inside a big LAN. P1, P2 up to P6 combine to make a LAN, and C1 to C3 is HR, and C4 to C6 is the marketing. So that means the virtual LANs may be possible in the manageable switches. Operating system is also present in the manageable switch. But the problem with the manageable switch, that is the inter-VLAN routing, is not possible. We have 2 VLANs of HR and marketing, but they both VLAN can't communicate with each other. So inter-VLAN routing is not possible. So that's why we have the next type of switch, that is the layer 3 switch, which have all the features of manageable plus the VLAN routing. Now these 2 departments, that is HR and marketing department, can communicate with each other. That is called the inter-VLAN routing. Now these 2 departments can communicate with each other with the help of layer 3 switch. But layer 3 switch again have the few problems, just like it can't communicate with all the layers of any model, just like OSI model or the TCP model. So that is again the problem in layer 3 switch. So we have next type of switch, that is the L4 switch, which contain all the feature of layer 3 switch, as well as it can support the multiple layer. Now the next type of switch, we have the L4 switch, which contain all the features of L3 switch, as well as it can communicate on all the layers of any of the models, just like OSI or TCP model. So that is all about the network interconnecting devices. Today we have discussed switches, hubs and the NIC, that is the network interface card. With the help of these devices we can communicate and connect all the computers in a LAN. So these are network interconnecting devices. Well, I am Ankit Verma, your coach. Thank you.